So a lot of you guys have been tagging me in the videos about CERN lately, and let's fall down that rabbit hole. So first of all, if you don't know what CERN is, you can pause and read this right here. And I know that a lot of people have been saying, oh, well, they just turned it on. They just turned it on, talking about on June 5th or June 7th. It's been on since May 5th, y'all. May 5th. Well over a month. But what I find very, very interesting is this. Do you see that? It says glitch. Do you see where it says on May 24th, there was a big magnet failure and a timing glitch? So why would a timing glitch matter? I mean, A, obviously it messes up their experiments, but B, why does it matter in this spiritual conspiracy theory sense? Because they got it fixed really quick. So this one sentence right here caught my eye. The first indication of the fault came from an anomalous beam orbit behavior. So this is on CERN's website, and you can go read it all for yourself if you like. But when I was looking and doing some research, this video caught my eye right here. It says they have been doing some really interesting heavy ion collisions, and notice just did something weird. So then I started falling down the rabbit hole of what the heavy ions are. Follow me down this rabbit hole real quick. Extreme energy densities. This is what they're looking at when they're blasting the heavy ions together. So why does that matter? Because these experiments can create low velocity micro black holes. Read that again. Oh, they could continue to grow in mass or release dangerous radiation. There's a lot of interesting things that go along with black hole formation in the collider and the instabilities and the strange matter. Oh yeah, if y'all want a rabbit hole, the strange matter rabbit hole is, that's a whole other video. But the black hole aspect of this really caught my eye because I've been obsessed with black holes since I was a kid. And one thing about black holes is that they warp time around them. They warp space-time because they are so dense that light can't even escape. And I want you to look at this paragraph right here. Pause if you need to. But basically, a black hole not only distorts the space around it, but it creates a region where time and space do this, where you can't tell them apart. And we all know, or hopefully we all know at this point, y'all all know, that time is not a linear thing like we've always been told it was as a human. And if you're a fan of the multiverse theory, then chances are you know that black holes are a potential gateway, pathway, etc. But did you know this? That baby universes can be created from black holes. And these heavy ions are creating them since May 5th. Now I want you to look down here. It's not going to create a black hole like we think of out in space. It's something completely different, little teeny tiny ones. Now, even though they say that this is perfectly safe, and I'm sure that they believe it is, in my opinion, this is like the epitome of fuck around and find out. Because even Einstein talked about black holes and the theory of relativity and how massive objects would interact with them. And I want you to notice this. Even Einstein theorized that this could potentially lead to the possibility of other universes or dimensions either doing this, getting intertwined, or being created. Now continue following me for just a minute here. Because how many of y'all have been watching The Schumann over the last week? And how many of you guys noticed this? That there seem to be blurbs about every 24 hours. These weird little spots like that. Just a whole blip all the way down. Today was no different. So if we've been having these weird little bloops like this, and they know that theoretically they're creating these little teeny tiny black holes, and chances are that you've been feeling really crappy, especially this last week, and chances are that you've probably been seeing actual things out of the corner of your eye or straight in front of your face. And we know that CERN has been on for a good month now with some problems. I don't believe in coincidence. And this is all theoretical physics that they're trying to prove. Am I saying that we shouldn't be trying to prove theories and so on? No. Am I saying 100% that we jump timelines or multiverses are converging or whatever? No, because again, that's just a theory. But am I saying that something's up? Yeah. Am I saying that if it walks like a duck, it talks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, etc., it's a duck? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think that there are a lot of things going on with CERN that have been going on with CERN for a long time that we're not going to know the outcome for a very long time. And hopefully someone is around to actually figure it out. But in the meantime, y'all keep tagging me in these videos, keep reaching out to me with your stories.
And it's very interesting. She mentions opening up dimensions and universes because this is something that CERN wants to do. And Fermilab is not a conspiracy theory. You can read it right here. Extra dimensions, gravitons, and tiny black holes. You can see right here where it says another way of revealing extra dimensions would be through the production of microscopic black holes. What exactly we would detect would depend on the number of extra dimensions, the mass of the black hole, and the size of the dimensions, and the energy at which the black hole occurs. And again, we have to remember it's not just CERN, it's also Fermilab, among others. And there was a news article that came out very recently where this higher dimensional spectra, this ghost, this entity, had crossed over thanks to CERN. So time changing could be a result of CERN's experiments. You never know, but that's only one theory. I just do not buy the theory that it's the moon that's causing the time to change.